Welcome to the old player low input delay guide for Fortnite. I'm going to show you how to get the lowest input delay on the game. First step, have your task manager open while Fortnite is on. And if you're on console or Mac, just save the video for when you get a PC and you can game properly. So, see these ones here under the details? If you go to properties, we can change a few things about them. We can disable full screen optimizations. We can run the program as administrator. We can change the high DPI settings, and we can click this one. Some of the things I'm going to tell you, like this, just make your game run more stable. So it's not 1000% about input delay, but I do recommend these settings. Then, if you go here, we can go to here, set priority, and we can change it to real time. And we can set priority here to real time, and we can set priority here to real time. Next, we can go to Affinity and we can just check. Look, all our computer processors are checked. So the game is using all the processors. So that's a good thing to check. Next, we can close this, and I'm going to close Fortnite for now. And we'll go over the other things. So, sure. Here is your game settings for Fortnite. I'll show you how to get to this folder. Type Windows key R, type percentage, app data, percentage. Next, you're going to go to app data, local, Fortnite game, config, Windows client, and then you'll see game user settings. Mine looks different because I'm opening it in another program, but open that. Run it as administrator actually. Next, I'm going to show you the most important things in here. So, all these numbers are your screen resolution here, the 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080. All four of these numbers, make sure they're the same number as your in-game resolution and your desktop resolution. That is very, very important. Audio quality level, 0. Really bad audio is lower input delay. Window position X and Y, make sure these are 0 as well. Then you can save it and close it. Next, we're going to do game mode. So if you want to find game mode, just press Windows key, type game mode, go to your game mode settings, make sure it's on. Then you can go to your graphics settings. You can browse to find these, and so this is where they should be. Here is the file path you can follow if you want to find them. So make sure they're all on high performance. That's going to give your computer more resources to run these programs with. What do we have next? Oh, power options. This might be the most important one. Type power here, power and sleep settings, additional power settings, and then you get here. Make sure it's on high performance or ultimate performance. Never ever put it on power saver or balanced. Try and delete them if you can. You can also go here to change plan settings, change advanced power settings, and you can go to processor power management, and you can go to minimum processor state and set it to 100. That's just going to make your CPU work as hard as it can to play the game. And say OK here. Close all these when we're done. Next, we're going to go to NVIDIA control panel. Now we're going to go to display. Just double check here that your refresh rate and your resolution is what you want it to be. Next, we're going to go to Manage 3D Settings. Most of these things, I'm not going to explain what they are. They just make your game look fancy. Turn as many of them off as possible. However, there are a couple trick questions. Low latency mode. This is one, you can turn it to ultra. All these other ones, prefer performance, high performance, texture filtering, let's try clamp. Off, 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 high performance, Do you see the theme here? We're not having any extra stuff on, and we're choosing performance whenever possible. If you have a Radeon card, you can go to these similar settings and just copy them as best you can now that you understand the idea. Next, we can go to here, configure sounds, and you can choose, do you want your processor or your CPU to handle the physics settings? You can try CPU or this one. I've kind of played with both of them, but that's just one you can change that will affect your performance. Desktop size and position. Here's another important one. You want it to have no scaling. Oh, and I should have this one on 120. Because anytime your computer has to scale the resolution or change the resolution, it's going to decrease performance and it's going to increase your input delay, which is bad. So no scaling here, and we can close out of this. Next, we're going to go to display settings. We are going to go to advanced display settings at the bottom. You can also check here. Make sure your desktop resolution, your active signal resolution, and your refresh rate are all what you want them to be. And anytime you see this number, like 1920 by 1080, as you've seen the theme, we want that number to be the same for everything, for our Fortnite settings, for our Fortnite in-game settings, our Fortnite window size, our desktop, our GPU, our recording settings, everything. Next, you can open up your recording software, maybe use OBS, and just double check that your frame rate in the recording software and the resolution is also what you want them to be. There are more settings we could go over, but if you copy these settings, you are going to get the lowest input delay for like 90% of it. It's really going to cover 90+% of it, these settings. You can also go here and uncheck the high resolution textures. So that's it. That's OldPlayer's low input delay guide. Follow and like for more awesome content like this. Thank you for watching, guys.